quick programming note. You can catch a new episode of the Van Jones Show tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, right here on CNN. Look at that smile. Van will be joined by Steph Curry. Next, troubling new developments in the Parkland tragedy. Breaking news, new reporting that not just one, but 4 deputies were outside the school where 17 people were murdered. We'll also be joined by one of the Stoneman Douglas students, one of those students now pushing for change.
The epic saga continues.
We had no clue where the fugitives were.
Witness the incredible turn of events that led to the capture of Patty Hearst. The radical story of Patty Hearst concludes Sunday at 9 on CNN.
You've got the power to do things your way. You have goals and you get them done. Hydroxycut, America's #1 selling weight loss brand. So you can lose weight your way.
It's your first day on the job. Walk in like you own the place.
And now suit packages including a select suit, dress shirt, tie or pocket square, just $249. Plus all Cole Haan shoes now 30% off.
It's time to like the way you look.
In the modern world, it pays to switch things up. And when you switch to Esurance, you can save time, worry, hassle, and, yep, money. In fact, drivers who switched from Geico to Esurance saved hundreds. That's auto and home insurance for the modern world. Esurance, an Allstate company. Click or call.
What will you discover with the new Ultimate Lens Package by Essilor? Sharper vision, without limits. Days that go from sun up to sundown. A whole world in all its beauty. 3 innovative technologies for our ultimate in vision, clarity, and protection. Together in a single lens. The new Ultimate Lens Package by Essilor. Purchase the Ultimate Lens Package and get a second pair of qualifying lenses free.
Okay, let's try this.
It says you apply the blue one to me.
Here?
No.
Make every day Valentine's Day with KY Yours and Mine. 2 sensations, 1 great way to discover new feelings together.
For myself and you, I know this love is true. And I never let you go.
Elite Singles, the leading dating site for highly educated singles. Register today to love again at elitesingles.com.
Today, we pancake together to make February 27th IHOP National Pancake Day. Pancakes!
Hey! What'd I tell you bozos about playing in the exhibits?
To not.
Come in on the 27th for free pancakes.
Does this work help your sex life? What is your sex life like? Let's talk about sex.
You're a bit obsessed with sex.
Yes, this whole program is about.
A CNN original series, Christiane Amanpour, Sex and Love Around the World, premieres March 17th.
Everyone with me? No, just me, okay.
Oh, wake up! They remembered us.
For science, I feel like we should leave no stone unturned.
It's so great, so great, so great.
I think it's going to be a big hit.
Jeez Louise, thanks, pal.
You people are great. I love you people.
JFL All Access. New episode Saturday.
Mild laughter.
What makes Daily Planet so out of this world? Weeknights. We go the distance.
You have to push it to the limit.
With stunts that'll take your breath away.
Whoa!
And the high-tech gadgets and gear you can't wait to get your hands on.
This is where it gets fun.
This is Edge of Your Seat. Awesome.
That's pretty much defying gravity at that point.
So radical. So out of this world. So Daily Planet. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on Discovery.
American Dynasties, The Kennedys, premieres Sunday, March 11th at 9 on CNN.
Closed captioning brought to you by Cold Ease. Shorten your cold with Cold Ease.
Cold Ease can shorten your cold by 42%. Might not make your party 42% better. Shorten your cold with Cold Ease, guaranteed.
Breaking news tonight, troubling new questions at the very least about the immediate response to the Parkland shooting. That's on top of the Broward County deputy and school resource officer who did not rush into the building while 17 people were being murdered. Tonight, along with that, along with other reporting about missed signals and red flags and all the rest, along with 3 of the wounded still hospitalized, there is this. That deputy who has since left his job allegedly had company outside the school. The very latest now from our Randy Kay, who joins us from Parkland. Randy, you have new details about the sheriff's deputies, 3 additional ones that did not enter the school. What can you tell us?
Well, John, first I can tell you that we know at least the one armed Broward County Sheriff's Deputy, Scott Peterson, stayed outside that school, even though he knew there was an active shooter inside that school. The sheriff says that Deputy Peterson was outside for more than 4 minutes outside that school building. The shooting massacre took about 6 minutes in all. But also tonight, as you mentioned, we're learning 3 other Broward County Sheriff's deputies were also outside that school building. They had their handguns drawn, but they didn't go inside. They were hiding behind their cars. Now, it's important to note that we don't know if the school shooter was still inside at this time, but we do know that they never entered the building, those other deputies. This is coming to us from sources at the Coral Springs Police Department, and we should also point out that it was the Coral Springs deputies, John, who were first to go inside that building.
Randy, you also have some new reporting about the tip that the FBI received just the month before the shooting.
Yeah, this was a major red flag, John, that went nowhere. That tip came in on January 5th, which was just weeks before the shooting. CNN has reviewed the transcript of that tip call, and this tipster who called it in was very close to the Parkland shooter, apparently, warning the FBI that the teen was about to explode or close to exploding. The female tipster spoke of his social media posts, his enjoyment of guns, his violence in school, and she said to the FBI that she feared him, quote, getting into a school and just shooting the place up. Meanwhile, the FBI, as you know, has admitted that proper protocols were not followed when it came to this tip. Somehow it went nowhere, even though it was so close, John, to the date of this massacre.
In Florida, social services also failed to act years ago on a pretty strong tip about this guy.
Absolutely. That was in 2016. The Department of Children and Families here in Florida went to the home of this suspect. They went to check out his home life. He and his girlfriend had just broken up. And what they saw there was also very disturbing. They found that he was cutting his arms. He had Nazi symbols and racist language on his backpack for school. He was planning to buy a gun. And still, despite all of that, they determined that he was a very low risk. So they figured that he lived with his mom, he was going to school, he was getting some help for his mental health issues. That's why he was a low risk. But meanwhile, months after that report that the DCF closed here in Florida is when he actually went out and bought this AR-15 style rifle, which police say he used in this shooting.
Randy Kay in Parkland, Florida. Randy, thanks so much for your reporting. Ever since the shooting, we've been watching these remarkable kids, the remarkable, hopeful sight of young people standing up, speaking out, demanding that elected officials listen and act to prevent the next tragedy. Stoneman Douglas Sr. Emma Gonzalez among those leading that effort. And today, Florida's Governor Rick Scott broke with the NRA and proposed new regulations.
If a court involuntarily commits someone because they are a risk to themselves or others, they would be required to surrender all firearms and not regain their right to purchase or possess a firearm until a court hearing. We're also proposing a minimum 60-day period before individuals can ask a court to restore access to firearms. Also, we will require all individuals purchasing firearms to be 21 or older. Let me repeat. We will require all individuals purchasing firearms to be 21 or older.
Joining us now is Emma Gonzalez. Emma, thanks so much for being with us. You just heard Governor Scott saying he wants to raise the minimum age to purchase any weapon, including AR-15s, to 21. The NRA is opposed to this. Governor Scott is pushing it anyway. Do you think this and the other things he mentioned are good first steps?
I do think they're good first steps. They're very strong first steps, actually. And a lot of us in this community are happy to hear that this is starting to move in a good direction, but it's not enough. As of yet, it's not enough. There need to be more regulations on the semi-automatic weapons themselves. This is not just a case of how old a person has to be. This is not just a case of mental illness and gun-related shootings and mass shootings. They're not directly related. It's when they get together that they get really, really messy and really bad, but they're not directly correlated. So it's important that we need mental health reform, but this topic, we need to regulate guns more than just mental health.
You say it's a good first step. I just spoke with the Republican Congressman Brian Mast from Florida. He's a Republican, again, a Republican combat veteran who now says he would support a ban on AR-15 style weapons, a ban on assault rifles. So, you know, when you couple these good first steps that you're talking about, you couple this shift from Brian Mast right there, you know, who says he was moved in part by students like you. Do you feel like you're making a difference?
We're definitely making a difference. If you look around, you can see everybody's making changes on their own. People are being inspired by what the kids here at our school are doing. They're getting out there, they're getting registered to vote, they're getting pre-registered to vote, they're talking to their parents, they're talking to members of their community. Schools have been walking out in solidarity with our tragedy. The difference is astounding. You can see it if you look anywhere. It's right outside your window.
Emma, I have to ask you about some of the other news today, the clear failures in the system to prevent this from happening beforehand and to stop it to happening while it was going on. We know the school resource officer did not enter that building. CNN reporting tonight, breaking the news, there were 3 other Broward County Sheriff's deputies who were outside the school who did not enter. Unclear if the shooter was still there or not, but they didn't go in after at all, maybe to treat some of the students who were wounded there. What does this news, how does it affect you?
It makes me pretty angry, I gotta say. I'm pretty upset about that because as a police officer, you've made a vow, you've made an oath to protect the people that you are policing, and they didn't do that for us. And I can understand that they were scared of a fully automatic or a semi-automatic weapon. I can understand that, I can respect that, but as it's your job to protect those who didn't sign up for this. And I'm glad that one of them stepped down. Happy to hear that. Pretty solid move. But when it comes back to, when we go back to the FBI and admitting, you know, their slip up in not figuring out, or you know, not contacting the shooter before he committed the crime, I will restate that I do not know what goes on in an FBI investigation, and I know that things slip through the cracks sometimes, and this was a really bad mess up, but they admitted their mistake and they apologized, which is more than I can say for any single person at all right now.
Emma Gonzalez, we appreciate you being with us. Thank you for your action. We wish you the best of luck. I know there's an open house at the school on Sunday. Students head back to school next week. Our thoughts are with you because I know that's not going to be easy. So thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, when we continue, an in-depth look at Special Counsel Robert Mueller. CNN's chief political analyst Gloria Borger profiles a man who's been involved in some of the most important Justice Department investigation in its history.
The Radical Story of Patty Hearst. New episode, Sundays at 9 on CNN.
Searching for a beach vacation? Find it with VRBO. They search millions of homes to find your perfect beach house. You all find your own rooms, and you might find yourselves making memories that last a lifetime. From beach houses to cabins to condos. Find vacation homes that match you at VRBO.
Plaque psoriasis can be relentless. Your plaques are always there at the worst times, constantly interrupting you with itching, burning, and stinging. Being this uncomfortable is unacceptable. I'm ready. Tremfya works differently for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. With Tremfya, you can get clearer and stay clearer. In fact, most patients who saw 90% clearer skin at 28 weeks stayed clearer through 48 weeks. Tremfya works better than Humira at providing clearer skin, and more patients were symptom-free with Tremfya.
Tremfya may lower your ability to fight infections and may increase your risk of infections. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or have symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Before starting Tremfya, tell your doctor if you plan to or have recently received a vaccine.
Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Tremfya, because you deserve to stay clearer. Janssen wants to help you explore cost support options for Tremfya.
My family and I did a fundraiser walk in honor of my dad, Willie Davis, who has Alzheimer's. I decided to make shirts for the walk with custom ink. The shirts were so easy to design on the site. The custom ink team was super helpful, and they just came out perfect. Seeing my family wearing my shirts was such an amazing reminder of all the love and support that everyone has for my dad.
Check out our huge selection of custom t-shirts and more for teams, businesses, and every occasion. You'll even get free shipping. Get started today at customink.com.
Is your tax service giving you everything you deserve? Switch to Jackson Hewitt and we'll pay you $100 when you file. That's right, $100 to say goodbye to your old tax service. It pays to switch. Visit Jackson Hewitt today.
Applebee's handcrafted burgers. Any burger, just $7.99. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
The waiting is over. For the first time, the NCAA March Madness Selection Show is on TBS. Find out who's in and who's out in a whole new way. The road begins March 11th at 6 p.m. on TBS.
With all of the data breaches happening these days, it's more important than ever to stay on top of your credit. Wallet Hub cuts through the clutter and makes it easy. It shows you important changes so that you can stop errors, identity theft, and fraud in its tracks. So go to wallethub.com and sign up for free. You'll see your credit timeline, follow it, confirm, or reject actions, and stay on top of your credit. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Go to wallethub.com and sign up for free.
Home. The place where you create those special moments. We celebrate the home and the way you live in it. At 3 Day Blinds, we help you create that special place. And because we know you're busy, we bring the showroom to you at your convenience and provide a design expert to help you find the perfect solution that fits your style and budget. 3 Day Blinds. You'll love the treatment. To schedule your free in-home design consultation and free installation, go to 3dayblinds.com.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
The breaking news tonight is yet more evidence that Special Counsel Robert Mueller has been busy indicting 22 people and companies over the last 9 months, securing 5 guilty pleas, and just today getting the cooperation of former Trump campaign deputy chair Rick Gates, who so who is this virtually silent special counsel? A man of few words, but clearly lots of action. Gloria Borger reports.
Special Counsel Robert Mueller is a mystery man, perhaps the most private public figure in Washington. But as the leader of the Russia investigation, he's also at political ground zero.
I think the public trust in this whole thing is gone.
And in the sights of a president who wanted him fired.
Last June, the president ordered the firing.